fuck is you telling me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You were tuned in to episode 22 of Throw the Hook podcast. It's your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. I got everybody favorite OG up in the building, man. Boxing First Vlog is in the building. What is going on with you, brother?
Man, I'm just behind the scenes making a lot of bus passes for all these dick riders out here in the boxing world. So y'all come on in, get y'all a Groupon discount on these bus passes.
Oh, man. Yeah, big shout out to my guy, Ty Finney, the legend, aka In This Corner podcast. What's going on, good brother?
What's going on, man? Great weekend in fights, man. Let's get into it, man. Had a
Yes,
great time
indeed.
watching these cards.
Yeah, I listen. It's no days off in boxing. It is no days off in boxing. If you see down the bottom, please subscribe to In This Corner podcast and Boxing First Vlog on YouTube. So we're gonna run that ticker down the bottom for you. And then while you at it, once you subscribe to them too, swing over to G5 Jeff TV, subscribe to me as well. You know what I'm saying? A big shout out to everybody in here, man. Y'all know the routine. If you in here, put a comment in, say what's up. You know what I mean? Put a 1 in the chat. Let us know if we sounding crispy or not. We can go ahead and get started. Legend put his link in the chat, so y'all can definitely use that and go directly to his channel and go subscribe to him. Now, we had a big weekend of fights. The Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios card. Lot of, it was some drama, with this card as well. And I really want to start out with the fight that didn't happen. Richardson Hitchens versus Oscar Duarte. That fight did not happen because they said Richardson Hitchens fell ill. They said he got sick and he wasn't able to actually perform. So they ended up canceling the fight. Now, there are some rumors going around that it was food poisoning. I heard something else where they said he was sick because of the weight cut. It's a lot of different things going on right now. And as of today, we have not heard anything from Richardson Hitchens or his team. If they have spoke on it, I have not heard it. But Legend, when you found out the fight wasn't happening, did you think it was some funny business going on? Did you think it was suspicious, or do you thought it was legit?
Yeah, salute to Chris G. He was the first one to tell me. Man, I felt like it was some funny business going on because, like, we seen Richardson Hitchens in front of the cameras, talking his stuff. We seen him not too long ago, him and Keyshawn doing this back and forth. So he's a guy that like to talk. Well, if you're going to talk, you got to back it up. But to be the co-main event and the fight not happen, like, that was a letdown, man. I'm sure Oscar, Duarte, he was let down by, and like you said, we didn't hear anything from Richardson Hitchens. So I'm disappointed, man. I'm really disappointed. Hopefully they can revisit negotiations and get a new date. But yeah, I'm disappointed in Richardson Hitchens. And we've been having this happen a lot in boxing recently. You know what I mean? So, things happen in boxing like that. But at the end of the day, the fans are the ones that's let down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's well said, bro. Let me get in the comments real quick before I let Vlog cook, man. My dog, Jay Will, in the building, man. He said, rain, sleet, or snow, y'all showing up. Salute, fellas, man. Yeah, it don't matter what's going on outside, man. We gonna rock out on his podcast for sure. Big shout out to Jay Will, man. Salute to you. He said Hitchens can't handle that IBF rehydration clause at 140. He needs to move up to 147. That weight cut is too much. And also G5, remember Carlos Adames just pulled out against Ammo over illness. He should have moved up to 168. Jay Will, you stealing all my talking points, but it's okay. You my dog. You understand what I'm saying? But Vlog, how did you feel about the Richardson Hitchens news, and did you think it was some funny business, or you thought it was legit?
I think it's legit because if you look at weight cut situations, what you're doing, you're actually opening up your pores. The more you sweat, the more your pores stay open, and the subject you are to catching a cold. You know what I mean? Really, it really is something that really can happen depending on what environment you're working out in, AC not regulated, things like that. So, you know what I mean? That can happen, but I wouldn't be as upset about it if they don't turn around and reset the fight. Because this is where I give kudos to the Adames camp. They got right back to making that fight happen, sticking to the game plan of defending that title. So if this can happen for Duarte and Hitchens, you know, shout out to Duarte for not making a big deal about it. I didn't hear his camp, you know, raising a lot of smoke about it because I do believe, you know, could be a legitimate issue. Now, obviously, we know weight is a situation for this guy, but 147 is not an option for him. That's all I can say. He has to do something to help himself, help his camp regulate that weight. You know, maybe get a food guy or something like that, get a better chef. I don't know, but obviously get a better trainer as far as you know, your weight loss training, not per se your boxing training, but just for weight loss and weight management, you probably need somebody that's strictly on that and not just depending on your guys that hold the heavy bag to help you regulate your weight. You might have to actually have a nutritionist in your camp. So that being said, I don't know if his money can handle that. You know what I mean? We don't know what he's earning, whether he has the overhead for something like that. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, just for me, I'll give him another 2 weeks. You know what I mean? Before I really be upset about that situation, because you got to wait to see. Like I said, they bounce back with the Adames situation. I'm going to give them the same little bit of time.
Yeah, well said, man. And also Carlos Adames and Amma Williams is going to be March 28th, I think, in Florida. So they did reschedule that. So big shout out to Carlos Adames for circling the block and making sure that he made that fight happen. Jay Will said, my bad. Nah, we good, bro. Jose Vasquez in the building, man. Said, what up, family? Big shout out to you, bro. He said where he lived, he said it's stupid easy. We go from hot to cold within 24 hours for real. Can you elaborate on that a little bit, Jose Vasquez? So Jose Vasquez, he's a trainer for heavyweight Jarday Anderson. Jarday Anderson signed with Zuffa, and he will be fighting on March 8th on card number 4. So big shout out to Jose Vasquez and Jarday Anderson, Almighty Monk. Big shout out to Monk. You know what I'm saying? But Jose, can you kind of elaborate on I know you made a comment about basically trimming those last couple pounds. So if you can elaborate on that in the comment section, that'd be great. As far as Hitchens is concerned, for me, do I think he got sick? Yeah. The timing of it was crazy because they announced that the fight was off like right before the prelims started. And that's hella late. That is hella late. So I'm kind of with you on this one in terms of just as long as Hitchens circles the block and makes this fight, then I'm cool. Like he's kind of getting the backlash because Hitchens, he talks a lot of shit. He talks a lot of shit. And as a fighter, you have to promote yourself and you got to talk some trash as a part of promoting. but he talks a lot of trash. So he was talking a lot of trash during the ceremonial weigh-in. He was talking a lot of trash in the press conference. And all I'm saying is he sounded okay during all of those points. But I'm not saying that he didn't get sick, though. But they haven't come out and said anything. They haven't made any official statements. Nobody on his team has done any interviews as far as I'm concerned. Like, they are extremely quiet right now, which makes it extremely iffy. Like, if somebody questions it, I don't blame them. But yeah, he got to circle the block. I don't think 147 is an option for Hitchens. He's not a strong 140 in terms of punch power. So I think he would get annihilated at 47. I think he would get annihilated at 47.
And to be honest, I don't think he's as smooth of a boxer as I don't want to compare him to Haney, but like a Haney, like a Shakur, especially with the feet. As far as his fundamentals and how he actually fights, he is an excellent boxer in that aspect. But an all-around game to say, yeah, he could slide up and just outbox a lot of guys at 147 to compensate for his weight issues. I'll just go up there and outbox. I don't think he has the all-around outboxing skills to say he could just move up to just negate his weight issues.
Because I'm not gonna lie, bro. Richardson Hitchens, he looking like food right now at 140. He looking like food, man.
In my estimation, I would think, depending on if he's really sick and if it's one of those, like if it's really was like a flu or something like that, you gotta shelf him for a minute, and then you're looking at a elimination, or not even elimination, maybe a interim for Duarte, and maybe a Prograis, maybe a Ramirez, something like that. If it's serious with like a stomach bug or something, if it's bad, we just gotta, throw our hands up. Hey, people get sick. You know what I mean? We human beings. Nobody's immune to anything. Does it look good as far as we as fans and all of that? Yeah, it looks bad. Even if you was a football fan and your starting quarterback didn't show up because his tummy was hurting, it looks bad, but it can happen.
Yeah, I think it's just, I think it was just the timing of it, and I think that's the difference between the Richardson Hitchens situation and Carlos Adames. At least with Adames, it came out the day before. There was actually people that verified that he was, like not well. And then they did speak on it afterwards, and it was a whole day prior. So they ended up getting another opponent for ammo and everything. It was this timing was everything with that. But yeah, Hitchens looking like he looking like a 3-piece value meal right now, man, with the crinkle fries. You know what I'm saying? He looking bad right now, because I think once that fight happens with Duarte's probably the favorite. He's probably the favorite. And there's a lot of guys at 140 I would take over Hitchens right now. Like, I think Frank Martin beats him right now. I think Dalton Smith beats him right now. I think Nahir Albright beats Richardson Hitchens right now.
Now I give you Nahir, but I don't know about Frank. I'm a little bit let
You don't know about Frank?
Hey, conditioning is a mother, especially if you muscular like Frank is. You gotta get them lungs right to carry that muscle around like that. And he's a mover to a certain extent in that ring, so his conditioning has to improve a lot. He looked bad against Tank. He didn't look so bad against the Delorme, but obviously Delorme is a walking corpse. So, you know what I mean? That being said, he did not look good once Nair got his engine going, and it took him a couple rounds, like it took a couple other fighters on the cards as we go over it. It was a couple other fighters got some late starts, but ended up showing up in the fights and actually made it look interesting on the card. So, that being said, I think Nair does give him a little bit of run for his money, but not Frank so much.
Well, I think after round 6, he started gassing, which was a little concerning, because round 7, Nahir Albright was getting off something crazy. You know what I'm saying? He got off crazy in that round. But yeah, I think Nahir Albright, he could possibly beat Richardson Hitchens right now. I think Dalton Smith beats Richardson Hitchens. Gary Antoine Russell beats Richardson Hitchens. Shakur obviously beats Richardson Hitchens. Like Hitchens is, I'm telling you, bro. I'm talking the hot sauce. It's coming. That value meal coming with the hot sauce packs, the ketchup. You know what I'm saying? All that,
Man,
man. 3-piece special.
what you call them? A special value meal?
Special value meal, man. Limited time only. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, but you know, he has. I think somebody from his team needs to like do an interview. Matter of fact, somebody from Richardson Hitchens team, they need to contact me. They need to come on G5 Jeff TV and just do just an interview just to set the record straight. Just to set the record straight, man. I'm putting it out there, man. Somebody on Hitchens team, hit your boy up, man. We need that exclusive. And we need to clear, the name up. You know what I'm saying? It's a great opportunity for both of us. But that was probably the hottest topic as far as that card was concerned. But the Frank Martin versus Nahir Albright fight, that was fight of the night on that card. That was an excellent fight. Ended up in a draw. Vlog, how did you score the fight? What was your thoughts on the fight?
I thought it was a great fight. In all actuality, it was a fight of the weekend for me personally, just based on action. You know, trying to be sharp as far as your personal judging and seeing how close you was to the actual judges of the fight. I was off by a round or so, but again, draw, I'm not mad at it per se. As far as me losing a little bit of money, yeah, you know what I mean? My payout wasn't what it should have been, but that draw gave me a void on my parlay. I put it up so y'all check out my short on that one. But I still got paid off that ticket, but it wasn't what it should have been. But I thought he won it by a round, maybe 2 tops, you know what I mean? I thought he padded at least up to 4, maybe 5. He kind of won those rounds straight because, again, it just was like Albright tried to get his timing down, tried to get his distance. It took him a few rounds to figure that out, and he gave those rounds away trying to figure that out. But he definitely went for that knockout. That's for sure. He definitely
went for the knockout for sure. Like, Todd, did you catch that fight? Because I know you said you was running around that night.
Yeah, I caught the whole fight, man. Like I'm with you 100%. That was the best fight of the night for me. Man, action packed, and I mean both guys were trading. But like I said, it was a lot of punches thrown and a lot of clinching too. So a lot of the middle rounds there was a lot of fighting and clinching. But I'm with you, that 7th round, Albright, like he rocked Martin, but to me he didn't really follow up and take advantage, and that gave Martin, his chance to recover, use his footwork, and then he came back stronger in that 7th round. And then, of course, the last round, Albright caught Martin with another big shot. And then, Frank Martin did the same thing he did in the 7th round. He kept his composure, clinching, they fell through the rope. And I think that really took a lot out of Albright. But, I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool with the draw, man. The punches landed were real similar. It was like 155 to 160. So I'm 100% cool with the draw, and like if they run that back, that's a main event fight, man. That don't need to be no co-main. That's a main event fight right there, man. So I'll be happy if they run that back, man.
I got a question for y'all. Before you go, Jeff, I don't want to cut you off. How many times are you guys, as putting yourselves in the referee's position, letting that mouthpiece fall out before you take a point?
Todd, let me get at that real quick. So usually when you see that, they getting smacked around and they just can't keep the mouthpiece in.
Jeff, don't do me like that.
Hold on, let me finish, bro. Let me cook, bro. So with Nahir Albright, that situation with him and the mouthpiece like was really, really weird. Cause I was just like, yo, I'm like, what the hell is going on? Why he keep losing his mouthpiece? Like that shit was crazy. Like under normal circumstances, like I don't even know if he was given a warning. I don't think a warning was given. In a situation like that, you have to at least give a stern warning to a fighter that's losing his mouthpiece. Now, if a guy is losing his mouthpiece because he's using it for strategy reasons, trying to get the referee to stop the fight so he can get a couple seconds of a breather, then yeah, you got to snatch a point. But I think in a situation like that, you have to at least give a stern warning, which I didn't see happen with Nahir Albright. Am I tripping? Did you see a stern warning? Because I didn't see one.
When he wiped that, well, he half wiped it off. I don't think he wiped it off, but yes, he did speak to him about keeping his mouth closed because the ref, and I'll give it to the announcers, we all kind of seen his mouth was hanging from round 7. Periodically, he was taking deep breaths through his mouth, and when he was becoming offensive, it got him in trouble because he needed them deep breaths to push himself through, and it kept falling out. So I think, I mean, twice for me, I'm on your helmet after the second time. I don't know if it fell out the third time, but it was close to at least 2 to 3 times. I know that thing hit the canvas, and he definitely needs some scope in the corner because some motherfuckers didn't. they didn't sprinkle a half a water bottle on that motherfucker, bro. That shit, that's dirty pool. That's dirty pool right there, bro. Like, don't put that shit in my mouth, man. Come on, bro. You know how I mean? Motherfuckers walking around in this ring and shit. Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, he had the school kill punch all over that mouthpiece, man. That nasty work, bro.
Man.
Nasty work. Hold on. We got some people in the comment section. Hold on. What's going on my screen? Jay Wells said Keith Thurman. 4th floor room. Big shout out to you, homie. He says, sup, homies. Big shout out to you, family. Jay Wells says seems to take a body shot and mouthpiece comes out. Yeah, it was weird, bro. It was weird. Lavelle Jackson, big shout out to you, bro. He said, what up, though, fellas? Big shout out to you, family. Yeah, as far as that fight, it was definitely the fight of the night for me. Highly competitive fight. Now, Vlog, I know I talked to you off camera, and I told you I didn't score the fight live. I did watch it again. I scored it 96-94 for Albright, but I could very easily give you 95-95. Very easily give you 95-95. The swing round for me would be round 4. Round 4, it was a lot of clinching, a lot of holding, like Ty Finney was saying, and neither guy did absolutely nothing in round 4. So that was the swing round for me.
But I'm gonna say the clinching and holding was actually caused by the way Nair was fighting early in the fight. He was smothering his own work. So if you, as a ref, as a judge, have to gauge that, I'm giving it to the guy that wasn't technically causing the clinching. Yeah, I mean, now did Martin do a lot of work in the 4th? Because I know which round y'all talking about is very vivid in my mind. This is why I could describe it as far as how I judged it. I still felt like he did more to not cause that. He did throw jabs in that round. He was moving as a boxer in that round and kind of not falling into his own work the way Albright. Albright was sloppy, so I couldn't give him the round. That's if you want to break it down, you know what I mean?
Yeah, in the past, I know I've talked about Vlog. I know you said you would give out 10-10 rounds, and I said there's never a situation where I would give a 10-10 round. That might have been one of them rounds where I was like, I didn't like neither guy exactly the same. Like I was like, round 4 was like terrible, but I had it 96-94. So basically I gave Albright round 1, I gave Frank round 2, I gave Albright 3 and 4. I gave Frank 5 and 6. I gave Albright 7 and 8. I gave Frank Martin 9, and I gave Albright 10. But again, round 4, I could have easily gave it to Martin, and that would have made it 95-95. So I don't have a problem with the draw. I don't have a problem with the draw at all. You know, so you had it. What you have it, Vlog?
I think if you breaking it down just the way you scored it right there, for me, round 4 was my winning round for Martin. If I look back, like all our other rounds kind of meet up. I think round 1, yeah, I think I might gave round 1 to Albright, and then I thought Frank went on like a 3 to 4 round run in my estimation. Then it switched, obviously coming around 7, a little bit of back and forth. And if I want to be honest, I think I did give Frank round 10. Even though Albright was coming on, again, it was a lot of sloppiness.
There's no way you gave Frank round 10, bro. That's the round he got rocked. That's the round he got rocked.
I thought he got rocked in 7.
He got rocked in 7 and 10.
Yeah,
He only got knocked out in 10. Yeah, you probably gave him 9.
Remember that.
He fought well. In
yeah,
9.
it might have been switched in. Yeah, but I still thought he eked it out. You know what I mean? Because like Ty said, he bounced back even though he got rocked. So I don't know. You can kind of say, okay, he rocked him, but did he win the rest of the round? Did he finish you know what I mean?
That rock was crazy though.
I give it to him.
Yeah, that rock was crazy. But that 3 round, the 3 rounds straight, you're probably talking about 4, 5, 6. Because I gave Frank Martin 5, 6, and I could have easily gave him 4. Yeah, if I gave Frank round, because I watched it twice. So the second time I scored it, I had it 95-95. The first time I had it 96-94, not here. But yeah, I gave Frank on my second card, which I'm more confident on, the draw card, I gave him 2, 4, 5, 6, and 9. Those are rounds that I gave to Frank, and I gave Nahir Albright 1, 3, 7, 8, and 10. But the 7 and 10 were very clear. But that was a go ahead, Ty, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Albright, he could have edged it. Like if he got, but that's what I'm saying. You got to give Frank credit for keeping his composure and using his footwork to stay out of trouble. Because like I said, in the 7th round, when he got robbed, Albright didn't take advantage. He could have just jumped on him, but he didn't. He kind of let Martin get away with it. But in the last round, that's when Frank was really clinching. You know, like I said, clinching. Then he fell through the rope. So he kept his composure in the sense we're not going down. But if like Albright like put him down, I think he would have definitely got the decision.
Yeah, and it was one of them fights, bro. It was a really good fight. It was a tight fight. But to be honest with you, I would be cool if I don't see it again. I would just want both guys to get a solid fight. Their next fight based off of their performance. That was a highly competitive fight. With both guys. Jay Will said vlog 100. Lavelle said, what up, though? Jay Will said, I remember William Skoll did that against Shishkin, spitting out his mouthpiece. Yeah, we starting to see that a little bit more, bro. Referees is going to have to make decisions on that for real. Lavelle said ref screwed Nate at the end with the mouthpiece. If the same thing happens with Marquez Pacquiao, Marquez doesn't get the KO. Solid point. I ain't even mad at that. I gotta put a star next to that comment. Oh, yeah, that was legit. Jay Will, he said, but not mad at the draw. Jay Will said round 10, Albright rocked him. Yeah, he threw a 5-piece. He threw a 5-piece with the biscuit at Frank Martin.
Oh, y'all, you see, that was so late. I know y'all. That was so late. It was almost hard to you kind of add it up at the end and be like that clinched the round for him. That round was still close up to that point, so that was so late. He didn't get to eat off of it. so to
Yeah,
speak.
but I mean that was still the defining moment
I
moment of the
get.
round. So
Okay.
I'm not mad at the draw. I'm not mad at the draw. I thought both guys fought well. I think Frank started gassing after 6, and that's a
If,
problem. That's a problem.
yeah, I'm totally being honest with you. He doesn't need to fight guys that box a little bit or guys that are physically bigger than him. He needs like a Pro Graves. He needs a Ramirez, guys that level up with him, and he doesn't have to deal with their weight. Because if you looked at the way Nair was laying on him early as he smothered his own, that's physical weight. You gotta keep up off you. You gotta put your back foot down, holding your position. That's a lot of work in there, man. So yeah, I'm definitely thinking that had a lot to do with him gassing out. And he for surely slowed down after 6. It was like he had a flat tire, homie.
Yeah, Nair at the very least a slow leak for sure. Nair fought well, man. And he's gonna give a lot of guys problems at 140. And you know the thing that's crazy though, Vlog, before we move on, that fight was at a catch weight.
Yeah, I know. I heard.
That was at 42. So I was like, if Frank Martin's gassing with the additional 2 pounds, imagine if he'd have just fought at 140 flat.
And he might be a dude that's in that situation where he need him and Hitchens need to get together and you know what I mean, share a nutritionist and a goddamn not even a strength and conditioning, but maybe just a conditioning coach. Forget the strength. I need to work on conditioning. A nutritionist and a conditioning coach, bro, because they are both in situations where it could stall them out to a certain extent, or it can put them in a harmful situation.
Yeah. But that was a great fight, man. But moving forward, we had Gary Antoine Russell got the victory over Andy Hiroka. And I thought this was an interesting fight. Vlog, I'm gonna go to you first. Did you think the scorecards was a little wide, or you felt like they got it right?
I'm not even gonna fraud you, bro. I had that on mute, so I don't know what the official scorecards was. Once I seen, excuse me, pardon me, sorry about that.
You good?
Once I saw the scorecards, I actually agreed with it. I had him winning the fight by 2 rounds. So I don't know how close they was to mine, but I had to mute them dudes. They was getting on my nerves.
Hey Ty, did you catch that fight? What you think of Gary Russell's performance?
Yeah, I caught it, man. Like, I think Hiroka, he was boxing cautious, keeping his distance. Popping the jab. But round 3, Russell, like he had some moments. When he had Hiroka on the ropes, he was doing great body work, fast combinations. And round 5, he landed a big shot and he buzzed Hiroka. So Russell was doing good work with the jab too, but I felt like it was just kind of hard for him to get on the inside. I think he needed to get on the inside to do his work, but Hiroka was just keeping his distance. But I believe it was round 7, man. Hiroka was like doing great work with them body shots, man. I was asking myself, like, how was Russell still standing? Like, he was doing great work with the body shots when he was on the inside. So I think the early rounds, Russell, he was doing good, but like starting in the middle, that's when like Hiroka started to turn it up. But I do think Hiroka's style gave Gary Russell some trouble. I don't think he liked dealing with that kind of style. And then, of course, the 10th round, that's when I believe the low blow came. And man, that was bad. That was real low. And I think that took a lot out of Russell. But I mean, I agree Russell edged it, but I still think that was a tough fight for him. I did like at the beginning, I thought he definitely had it in the bag, but starting in the middle, that's when he started he really started having some trouble. But yeah. I'm cool with the decision.
Yeah, that low blow. That was an Andrew Galata Riddick.
Man, low blow, homie.
Low blow. I was like, God damn. I said, damn. I said, you gonna hit the family jewels like that? God damn.
But I ain't gonna fraud though. It wasn't on purpose. It was the way.
I don't think it was on purpose. I don't think so.
If you looked at his height compared to Russ, and that being literally the only shot that was easy for him to throw based on his fighting style. Once he seen it was landing, that's all he was going after. It was really the easiest punch for him to get off with. His jab wasn't quite fast enough to actually set the pace and control the fight because he literally had the size to control that fight from outside. But he's such a counter puncher. He wants you to think he's going to box. He wants you to come after him and counter punch. But it wasn't working because he was getting smothered by Russ. So he had to turn around, which I give his corner great props for. They changed the whole fighting style right in the middle of the fight and made him the aggressor. You got to go forward, find this open shot, which ended up being that uppercut-like body shot because it wasn't quite a hook. It was more like an uppercut, and it was getting off. It was getting off.
Bro, Andy Hiroko, he was putting some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce on them ribs.
On the ribs, man.
It was a straight cookout, boy. He was putting them Sweet Baby Ray's on the ribs, man. Like that was some great body work. That was some great body work. Hey, vlog, real quick though, I just want to read off the official scorecards. They had it 117, 110, 116, 111, and 116, 111.
It's trash, bro. It's trash. It's not giving Hiroko a lot of credit for landing the harder punches. See, Russ was in there with the Sugar Ray shit, and that he needed that. At times, he needed that because if you listen to his corner, big shout out to Big Bruh, he was over top of that. He was handling business, and you know what I mean, giving respect to their pops on the way he ran that corner. He was giving them the correct information, and he said, "Yo, just get off. Stop worrying about trying to land hard," which is Russ's style, is to throw everything with every shot. But now ain't the time because you're going against a guy that's bigger than you. And that's not working. Obviously, you ain't really been able to slow him down since he got in first and second gear and been coming after you. So pity pat and move. Pity pat and move. And not move per se run, but pivot out, circle around, you know, and finish off with a shot. So he was throwing the right info out. Big shout out to him too. I hope he stay in that lane, man. Trainer lane probably fitting well.
Who you talking about? Junior?
Yeah, Russ Jr., Gary Russ Jr.
Yeah, I did a video on the corner work that Gary Russell did along with Ryan Garcia's dad. I think Ryan Garcia's dad did a great job too. And I tried to post it on YouTube and they flagged it, but I'm gonna put it on TikTok and I'm gonna put it on Instagram. Because guys like Brian Norman Sr. and Teofimo Lopez dad, they need to take notes. They need to take notes. When you got guys that's in championship fights, man, like you have to bring something to the table in the corner in between rounds, man. Like,
I mean,
you can't have no trash ass. You can't have no trash ass work in between rounds, man. All right. I'm gonna give you an opportunity. I'm gonna give you an opportunity to roast. I already know where you're going with.
I'm not roasting. I'm
gonna give you an opportunity. I got you. Jay Will, he said for me, round 4 and 5, Andy Vicious body punching was the harder, cleaner, and more effective shots. Gary Antoine was shoe shining with what looked like slappy punches. I didn't find it as impressive. Jay Will, that's a great point. And that sometimes that's the difficulty in scoring rounds. Like you have to, if a guy is landing shots, you know, are they effective shots? Are they hard shots? Like, did those shots that were landed lead to other things throughout the course of the round or throughout the course of the fight? You know, judging is not necessarily easy, but I definitely agree with that comment. Actually, you know what? That's comment of the night right now. So I got to star that one. Jay Will, he said, I'm probably in the minority, but I thought Andy deserved a draw at the very least. That point deduction for the low blow hurt. Yeah, the low blow deduction, it really hurt. It was justified. Don't get me wrong.
You know where it hurt him? It actually hurt him in momentum that he might have had with the judges.
Yes.
And any momentum he might have had with the judges that took it away. Because now the judges are questioning a round they may have gave him earlier, and it could have been some low blows and it could have been some shots that was, questionable, but the judges couldn't see. So and now it's in their mind. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I just thought it was momentum for the fight. Like I like it just kind of killed the momentum of the fight for him. Like it was just he was on a nice little run. Jay Willis said Andy for a big dude at 140 generates a lot of power on the inside. Riddick Bowe when he fought could do that at heavyweight. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact.
Hey, I ain't gonna fraud. I think old boy should go to 147, man. He got the frame, and he actually, if I was his trainer, bro, I'd have him at a world title at 147, real easy. I'm telling you.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. He beats Hitchens right now. I know I keep
at 140.
Yeah,
I think he beats Regis. He beats Ramirez. He beats a few guys.
Yeah, I would keep him at 40 because it looked like he was comfortable with 40. Yeah, I think he beats a lot of guys at 40. He beats a lot of guys at 40. And actually, you know what, with Hiroka, before we move on, the thing with Hiroka, I was watching tape of him, and I thought that defensively, like the only way he really played defense was to use his height to get out of way of shots. So a lot of times he's leaning back off of shots. And he actually showed me he had a whole nother element to his game defensively, transferring from defense to offense. So Andy impressed me for sure. I thought Russell Front won the fight, but it was very close. Very, very close. It was a couple rounds.
And like I think they said that was his first time in the US too, fighting in the US. So like he did a great job, man. You know, coming to another turf. He did a great job, man.
Yeah,
but that's why I ain't gonna fraud, bro. That also hurt him because he got here late. He only got here with 3 days. That's that slow start. Yeah. He got a slow start because he was still acclimating. So it caused him about 3, maybe 4 rounds easy on the cards. If you want to be fair. So I could kind of see the difference to a certain extent.
Yeah, I mean, him having the visa issues and him coming to the States really, really late. It's his first time fighting in the States. Like that was a difficult task, very difficult task. You know, I don't know about the visa issues, like, you know, but of course you want to have that squared away where you can have a normal fight week. And he didn't have a normal fight week.
You know what that sound like? Sound like somebody check didn't clear. That's what that sound like.
Yeah. Somebody, So they had to replace the physical check with a little brown bag money. Man, corner store brown bag money and everything went through. You know what I'm saying? Jay Will said, Joe Goosen didn't impress you. LMAO. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
We gotta get ready to go.
Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios. Ryan Garcia, 12-0 pretty much with the knockdown, and he becomes the WBC welterweight champion of the world. Now I'm gonna save vlog for last, but Ty Finney, the legend, what were your thoughts on Ryan Garcia versus Mario Barrios?
Man, Ryan looked phenomenal. He looked phenomenal, man. Fast shots, nice hooks. Like you said, put Barrios down in the first round. Like them shots were loud. I'm just like, you couldn't hear the shots. So like, this is what I said, on one of the shows before. I said, Ryan mentioned, when he fought Rolly, he didn't have that, he didn't have that excitement, pulling up in the cars, fighting outside. But this was his shot, to become a world champion, and he did a great job. So, now he's world champion, so he can look back over his career, said he's accomplished that. So Barrios, man, to me, he's just one of the weakest 147 champions I've seen, man. And weak performance by Barrios, but like Ryan, man, and vlog, I don't want to hear nothing about him being on Canadian grade A, Canadian moose piss or nothing like that, man. That was Ryan Garcia, bro. That was Ryan Garcia, man. So I don't want to hear none of that Canadian moose piss stuff, bro.
Yo, hold on. I was gonna go next. I can't. Vlog, go.
All right, bro. This is why I told y'all I was producing a lot of these bus passes for y'all, man. So y'all can save mileage on y'all vehicles as y'all track down y'all favorite fighters out here in the traffic. Come get one of these bus passes from your OG. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. Check this out, bro. You cannot look that phenomenal when your opponent is that bad. I cannot give you credit and give you no A double plus, A minus. I give you a B because you were fighting a D fighter at best, and you couldn't even knock him out. Simple. And as far as giving his dad all his credit, stop. The shit was so easy, bro. You didn't have to say nothing. So how can I give you credit for saying something you really didn't have to say? It's like telling me the sun coming up and I can see it's morning time. Come on, bro. You want me to give you credit for that? Come on, bro. Stop. Let's slow down. Take it easy. When has he done that against elite competition? You tell me. What elite competition has he looked like that against? So I'm not giving you phenomenal. I'm not giving you phenomenal. I can't do it. Did he look okay? Yeah, he looked okay. Okay. Now, as far as the moose piss and the space juice, I don't see no evidence that he wasn't on nothing. Testing. You was telling me you've been tested. I don't see no results. There's been public information in the past. Why is this not public? Because we dealing with the WBC, World Boxing Contamination Belt.
Yo.
Come on, bro. Every champ they has issues from Valdez, Adames, Matias, Canelo. All these dudes, it's a juice factory over there with Suleiman and them.
What kind of juice factory over there, bro?
Man, they on that asteroid juice, bro. They got a space station somewhere, bro. They hauling minerals in, bro, because it's too much going on, bro. It's always the WBC. I mean, WBO done fell into their little situation with their little foreign raggedy ass champ that they got, but this is consistent with the contamination company that we call World Boxing. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying.
Oh, man, did you get it all out?
I'm done.
Okay. All right. Jay Will in the comment section, he said Barrios has to be the ultimate overachiever. Got main event slots with Tank, Ryan, Pacquiao, and Thurman. That's a fact, bro. That's a big time fact. Matter of fact, I got to start at. That's a big fact. Jay Will also said Barrios and Cambosis, I swear they keep getting big opportunities. Yeah, they've definitely lucked up, man. Big shout out to Bobby 71177. Big shout out to you, family. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please shoot over to G5 Jeff TV. Click the subscribe button on the screen. Then shoot over to Boxing First Vlog. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button over there. Then hit a left turn and go over to In This Corner Podcast and go subscribe to him as well. And then we're gonna subscribe to you right back because that's what we do. Now, Ryan, the best welterweight. Tell your boy Devin to not duck this rematch. I'm gonna let Vlog go again. Go, bro. I'm gonna leave the comment up. Yo, you're on mute, baby. You're on mute, baby.
I apologize because I was going to let you cook, but you listen.
I can't cook it. I can't cook after that comment. Go ahead.
Listen, bro. You can't call for that rematch. Didn't he win that fight? Let him tell it. Didn't he win that fight? So why you need a rematch? Why don't you rematch a fight you just lost and actually try to unify? Is that an easier course to go? Or you think you ready for the harder test? Or that's your man's. You can come get one of these bus passes if you need it. You know what I'm saying? I'll ship it to you. Give me your P.O. box.
Yo, man. Hey, Bobby, if you want to respond, please do. Please do. Leonard in the building, man. Big shout out to you, man. He said, I see Manny knocking down Floyd at least 2 times, then Vegas will have Floyd win a decision. That's funny. That is funny. As far as Ryan Garcia vlog, we talked off camera. Um, you know, just Barrios was terrible. I mean, but Barrios is really, really bad in that fight. Like I said before, um, when you're fighting a guy that's fighting that bad, like you still have to perform to bring the win in. You know what I'm saying? So I think the reason why I didn't give Ryan Garcia like a 10 or a 9 is because Barrios was that bad. I don't think the level of difficulty was that high. But I will give Ryan Garcia credit from this angle. I haven't seen him fight that disciplined of a fight in his career. I would say that's probably the most disciplined. And you can go against a guy that's not fighting well and still be sloppy and take unnecessary chances and things like that. For the most part of that fight, he was pretty disciplined, which was pretty rare for Ryan Garcia, which goes along with just everything was structured. Everything was structured in that fight. There was no crazy business going on in terms of just round by round in the ring, in the corner, all of that. Everything was ran smooth. Barrios helped them out a lot, but it was still ran smooth. So I will give Ryan Garcia credit for the dub. I think Barrios needs to go to 154. Try his hand at 154. That was a terrible performance. As far as Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney is concerned, I think that's a top 2, top 3 fight in the sport right now. So top is really no getting past it, and obviously if Haney doesn't want to take the fight, in a sense, I get it. Even if Ryan Garcia wants to go after Shakur, in a sense, I get it. But unfortunately for these two, they're going to forever be linked. They're going to forever be linked throughout the rest of their career. And, I don't know what Rolly's doing, to be honest. I don't know what Rolly's doing in terms of unification, because I haven't, outside of Conor Ben, I haven't heard Rolly.
He spoke on why he wasn't the one to be called out by Ryan Garcia, and then turned around the very next day and said he believes there'll be a knockout, as Devin tweeted out that he welcomes the rematch and said it'll be the biggest fight in 2026, but probably, in your estimation, probably biggest fight in the last 5 years outside of Canelo, Crawford. I don't know. You don't think that it ranks up there within the last 5 years as a big fight?
No, I listened to my big bro. You told me the fight don't even have to happen for Haney. I listened to my big bro. I'm
just telling you what is it in the work. I don't agree with the fight. I just told you, if you want to rematch something, rematch a guy you actually lost to and a guy you actually look like shit against, because we know for a fact you were off the juice. This fight you just had, which everybody said you look like a superstar, you look like pound for pound, whoop-de this, that, whoop-de woo this. Why they wasn't, why they weren't asking why you ain't knocked this dude out the way they was asking why Shakur didn't knock out Teofimo Lopez? Why? I never heard that. Not one time this past weekend. Nobody was saying, well, why he ain't put the foot on the gas and go ahead and knock this trash bag out? Put a hole in this trash bag and spill his guts all in the street. I'm just saying, bro, this don't make no sense, bro. It's real fickle out here in these boxing streets with these reactions, bro. It's not the same. And then it's obvious the competition was worse. So if anybody should have put their foot on the gas and went ahead and dispatched somebody, it should have been Ryan. You got the knockout in the very first round, in the very first 10 seconds. And then you did nothing but, this excellent boxing for 12 rounds. Against what? Some dude that wasn't throwing no punches? He was averaging like 5 punches a round, bro. Stop. I can't give you no credit for that, bro. Like, stop. And I don't even know if you were not on the juice.
It looked like he wasn't on the juice, but
hey, you know what if you know anything about science, they learn from their mistakes. They had him on the juice the last time. They peeped how he was acting. Oh my, this dude all over the place. We got to regulate these levels. It's easy to do. It's called science.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, you know, whenever, and this go for all boxers, whenever you pop 30, everything can be questioned for the rest of your career. Everything can be questioned. I mean, it's fair game at the end of the day. So anybody that says, "Hey, I think Ryan Garcia was on the juice," I can't necessarily knock it, because I'm like, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel because of past test results. So, you know,
I'm not saying he. Let's get it correct. I'm not saying he was on the juice, but I'm saying I don't know that he wasn't.
Oh, hold on. My boy Bobby back in the building. He said Dev cheek meat was all in the air. He needs to get it back. He said cheek meat was in the air. That's crazy work. That's crazy work, bro.
I mean, hey, bro, you out there fighting a mutant, and you went the distance. Come on, bro, you fighting a mutant.
He said Mayweather against Tyson against Manny on Netflix is going to be huge in 2026. I mean, for the casual fan, if you know the casual fans is excited about that, then that's all well and good. Me personally, I'm not excited about none of that stuff. Vegas is probably going to be lit though. Vegas is probably lit in September. Why are you excited?
I'm excited because it's legacy on the line, bro.
Ain't no goddamn legacy on the line, man. There's 2 paychecks on the line. Ain't no goddamn legacy on the line, bro.
So you saying that donut ain't on the line?
Hell no, it's not on the line. It's an exhibition fight, bro. It ain't no goddamn.
Not Floyd and Manny. That's supposed to be official. That's supposed to be official.
Bro. That's supposed to be exhibition, bro.
Bro, I'm trying. All right. Well, the story I read on Boxing News was supposed to be official. 10 rounds.
10 rounds?
10 rounds. 10 rounds.
Yeah, that thing ain't gonna be. That's gonna be an exhibition, bro. That's gonna be an exhibition, bro. Listen, Floyd's not gonna put up his O on a 10-round fight. He's just not. He's not. It's gonna be an exhibition, I promise you.
No, but if they make it a 12, which they do for some reason, they'll find a reason to make it a 12. But from my estimation, from the couple articles I read, it looked like it's official, baby. This is a legacy fight.
There's ain't nothing legacy about this fight. These are 2 old dudes coming to collect the check, bro.
Man,
ain't nothing legacy. Ain't nothing legacy about it.
This that donut, baby. This official.
Ain't no goddamn donut.
You a hater.
They can go to Krispy Kremes, man. There ain't no goddamn donut on the line, man. They can get a 12. They can get a 12 piece for half off at Krispy Kremes, man.
But at this point, they both at the same level. Obviously, Floyd don't have a wear and tear. And then hold on, let me cook real quick. Floyd don't have a wear and tear. Manny's been active enough that he should come in and put up some decent competition. That's why I think it's cool for nostalgia's sake.
I'll agree with that for nostalgia.
And you know who it's really for? You know who this fight is for? This is for Maxie Pad Kellerman.
See, I disagree.
This is for him, because if Manny Pacquiao so happens somehow to win this fight, I'm telling you, I mean, I think Maxie Pad might go in there and kiss his butt, literally in front of the whole world, because he truly believes that man is better than Floyd in all aspects of boxing, legacy wise, and actual career numbers and outcome and things of that nature. So I think Max Kellerman is a freaking idiot, but that's my personal opinion.
Man, you don't like Max, do you?
Man, I don't like none of them old wicked media head type of dudes, bro. They real two-faced and slick. You know what I mean? Bunch of undercover racists, but they ain't gonna stand on it in front of your face.
Oh man. That is hilarious. Let me get this last comment out. Jake Will said vlog 100. I bet on Ryan by ninth round stoppage. Barrios lost his last two fights, I thought, against Ramos and Pacquiao. I thought
I
he lost
told
both of
y'all.
them fights too. I thought he lost both of them too.
At my call on that fight, I knew Ryan was going to win, but they would not let me parlay the win and the fight to go the distance. So my value for that fight was that fight to go the distance. I just knew that fight was going the distance, and that was the best bet numbers wise. It was like minus 140. You know what I mean? With Ryan and everybody else was like Ryan just to win was like -2 at finish. It was -240. So by ring bell time. So it no value. But if I wanted to parlay it, but they didn't let me. Only fight that actually let me parlay, they let me parlay Woods to win and go the distance, and let me parlay Russ to win and go the distance.
Okay.
So I hit a couple cards that weekend. You know what I mean? Nothing a little light work. You know what I mean? Nothing too heavy. But the original bet was nasty with the bonus on it. Oh, bro, that shit was like +900, 974. Like, bro, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Okay.
Yeah, but Hitchens let me down because he was going to lose if he stepped in that ring that night. So
again, I don't know if somebody on here listening and they know Richardson Hitchens or his team, his coach, his manager. I need that interview, bro. I need that interview because we got to get that cleared up, man. We got to get that cleared up. And it's kind of like you're kind of walking that fine line because it's like you don't want to see a fighter sick or hurt or anything like that. It was really just the timing of it. So we definitely need to talk to somebody in Hitchens' camp to kind of clear up the details and put everything together. But they still got to make the fight with Duarte. Like, there's no only way he gets out of the Duarte fight is unless he drops the belt and go in a different direction. That's the only way he gets out the Duarte fight.
And I don't think that's not a good look for the way and the trajectory that he was on, the way he was jaw jacking. You know what I mean? So he got to, you got to stand on that business. So you got to get back in shape, take this fight and handle your business. I still think he'll lose because I think weight going to be an issue, whether it was last week or 3 weeks from now. I still think weight going to be an issue for dude. And he don't got the strength to keep a dude like Duarte off of him. Keep him honest. You have to be able to keep a dude like that honest, and it's gonna be issues for him.
And you know another thing, real quick, just speaking on that, bro. Like, the reason I felt like Hitchens was probably gonna lose is because the Oscar Duarte versus Kenny Sims Jr. fight. I thought Kenny Sims fought very well. I thought he fought very well.
I remember that, yeah.
And Duarte pulled it out because it was I just felt like it kind of gave me the Andy Cruz fight vibes where
pressure.
Yes. Kenny Sims, he fought well, but he didn't clinch and he was just moving entirely too much. Yeah, too much. But he fought well though. But I was just like, can Hitchens actually duplicate what Kenny Sims Jr. did? And I was just like, I didn't think so. He
don't got the footwork.
He don't.
He don't got. Yeah, he ain't not that slick when it comes to being elusive with boxing. He's slick when it comes to following up that jab, getting that range for that jab. Yeah, he can walk you down, but that off the back foot, pop that jab, slide out the side door. He ain't that kind of guy.
No. And that's why I was like, that's why for Duarte, that was the perfect fight for him to have to prepare for Richardson Hitchens, that Kenny Sims Jr. fight.
And you had weight issues. Oh, that was food.
Yeah.
Like you
Duarte might have messed around and stopped Hitchens.
Yep. Could have been.
I'm not knocking him getting out of the fight if he wasn't close to 100%. I'm not knocking it, but he gonna have to circle the block and come back for that. But yeah, we gonna close this thing out, man. Hour 5 minutes strong. Well, actually, I'm off tomorrow, so probably gonna cook up tomorrow too, because we gotta cover the Navarrete card. A sleeper fight on that card is Abel Ramos and Tahir Smalls. I think that's gonna be an amazing fight. So we got a lot more boxing to talk about. But Ty Finney, the legend, man, giving you social media and everything.
Yeah, man. Facebook, Ty Finney podcast in this corner, man. Just stay tuned. I'm always reaching out, trying to lock these interviews in, man. So stay tuned for that. And I just a hardcore boxing fan, always down to talk boxing, man. This is what we love.
Absolutely, man. Big shout out to Ty Finney, the legend, man, aka In This Corner podcast, man. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. His link to his channel is in the chat, so definitely follow In This Corner podcast. Everybody favorite OG, man, Boxing First Vlog, man. Appreciate you pulling up with us, you know what I'm saying, hanging out with us. Know you just got off work and all that good stuff, man. Appreciate it, man. Give them your social media and what you got cooking.
I am on the gram. Use the number 1 for Boxing First. STVLOG. And hit me up on Threads too, man. I'll be dropping some comments on these judges and these refs. You know what I mean? So follow me. That's my ex. So hit me up on Threads. Same thing. Boxing the number 1 vlog. Check me out coming up here shortly on Snapchat. You know, I'll be Snapchatting with these youngsters, you know what I mean, in the streets. You dig? But look for that. But I'm gonna break down. I don't know if I'm gonna jump in with you tomorrow because I think I'm gonna do some OT. But I'm definitely gonna put out me picks and previews for the Verete Nunez joint. That's gonna be in my backyard too, man.
That's right.
I can't make it through there. It's gonna be too much of the you know what I mean, that crowd, numbers ain't gonna be right. So I won't slide through there, but I'm gonna definitely be paying attention to it. You know what I mean? Big shout out to that whole side. You know what I mean? I rocks with them heavy, but I'm gonna let them go and do their thing at the fight. You know what I mean? So that being said, check out my preview for that coming up. I'll drop that probably first thing in the morning. And just dropping videos all throughout the week, man. Just dropped a little news video yesterday. Broke my little commentary down about some of these boxing topics. So y'all tap into that, support that. I appreciate everything.
Absolutely, man. I'm all over the place, man. Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. Everything G5 Jeff TV. Big shout out to TikTok too, man. I got my Andy Ruiz video up over 50,000 views. Big shout out to TikTok on that. You know what I mean? We got a bunch of clips coming from this podcast that's definitely dropping tomorrow. I got a bunch of videos. I got about 5-6 short videos that are already recorded. I just got to drop them, and I'll probably do a long video on Frank Martin and Nahir Albright, just breaking down my scorecard and everything. I think I'm gonna officially go with the 95. That's the one that I feel more comfortable with. But we're gonna be back tomorrow because we got more fights to cover, more fight news to cover. We ain't even cover Wilder and Chisora.
Shields and DAZN.
We ain't cover Shields and Auntie DAZN.
Hey, you seen old boy pass out in the OT for bro? Man, OT.
We ain't even cover that.
God damn.
Yeah, that was bad. Hey, and I want to add too. I seen Calvin Ford saying something about Tank coming back.
I seen
that. Yeah, I saw that too. I saw that too.
So we definitely, like I said, man, we've been on here for an hour, little over an hour, and we probably only cracked about 25-30% of what's going on out here. Yo, with Tifo Burlington, I ain't never seen a headbutt like that, and dude just passed out, yo.
That's bad matching up, bro, because both of them dudes have the same defensive style where they duck to avoid the initial punches, and it's southpaw against orthodox. The matchup, they did not do their homework on them two dudes. That was a clash of heads just off the gate, bro, just because of the way they fight. So that was terrible.
Yo, Tifo Burlington, he might have some titanium in that skull. God damn. I ain't never seen that.
I hope old boy all right too, bro. I hope
so. Actually, you know what? I should reach out too. It'd be interviews I'll be wanting to get. I'll be giving Ty Finney a shout out, bro. Like I'll be like, I don't have the patience to be chasing these dudes down, man. But that's I would definitely want to reach out to them to make sure he's okay. Because of course, it's the next day, nobody's talking about it. You know what I'm saying? But us, of course.
But you should be, because that's boxing, bro. We hope dude is okay. He's actually a decent fighter. You know what I mean? Real scrappy guy. You know what I'm saying? He one of them dudes comes to earn his paycheck. You might not see hella action from him all 3 rounds, but at some point he gonna get his in. So, you know what I mean? I hope he okay. He get his opportunity to get back in there.
Yeah, we're gonna reach out to him, man. But on behalf of Ty Finney, the legend, in this corner podcast, everybody favorite OG, Boxing First Vlog, your boy G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru. This was episode 22 of Throw the Hook Podcast. We right back tomorrow with episode 23 of Throw the Hook Podcast, because in 2026, ain't no days off in boxing. So we gotta keep our foot on, on the neck. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.